All right. Since my last video, unbelievable, but it's here. The states and intelligence agencies' campaigns against me, Stephen Bell, have yet again intensified to new levels of insanity, and the censorship of me is off the charts on all platforms. And as I have said hundreds of times before, they are always coming after me and what I do. There has just been more examples of this, where you can see all of their fraudulent activities being played out in reality against me. My fight sports, for example, is as clockwork being sabotaged. They are always plotting and dragging people into their conspiracies against me, and they are using all of their technological capabilities and assets to achieve their goals. So yesterday, on the 27th of January 2023, they had run a whole virtual movie fabrication or simulation on how an active measure was supposed to take place. And you know, these virtual movie fabrications that they also claim are my dreams, memories, or past recollection. Well, now they're using the same virtual movie fabrication capability to create simulations for people to follow in real life against me. So getting back to the planned setup of me yesterday, they featured someone in their virtual movie simulation whom has always had a particularly nasty obsession and hatred over me, regardless that I do not know this person and vice versa. And she was featured in the propaganda movies and was supposed to have the training yesterday when the setup was supposed to have taken place. However, they were bragging so much about the setup to come that I actually heard about it on YouTube from an American show, which is often the case because of the very fundamental fact that the program is primarily run by the United States government and its intelligence agencies. And I suppose because I found out and was expecting this fuckery, the whole plan of setting me up to be kicked out of the gym didn't get attempted yesterday on the 27th, despite all of the massive hype, virtual movie fabrications and what have you. And this just goes to show how they are always plotting against me for no real reasons. And it's all the time and everywhere now. They are particularly fond and reliant on using synthetic telepathy on the public at large, conducting electronic harassment of a sexual nature predominantly against anybody and everybody who find themselves in my vicinity at any given point in time. And as sure as night comes after day, I'm being blamed for everything that is being communicated by the state arbiters of the program. You see, things have gotten so far out there now, and people have become very desensitized for attributing blame and accusations onto me, Stephen Bell, for things that are clearly not my own actions or words, but instead of these never-ending synthetic telepathy harassment campaigns, not to mention the virtual movie fabrications that are also being fabricated and broadcasted to the masses of the world on a daily basis, in which I supposedly feature as the main protagonist without me actually having any involvement whatsoever. And this is basically their modus operandi for justifying this whole global social engineering and intelligence operation with. Literally by framing the situation in such a way that I'm supposedly the protagonist of this whole situation, or more precisely of the program's propaganda and psyops, without me actually having much of a role in reality. Hence why my own actions and words have very little consequence on anything in the program, despite me being the supposed protagonist. It is for this precise reason that nobody is allowed to have an organic conversation or interaction with me personally, no matter what it is about. Why I have been kept in de facto isolation since 2011, needless to say, why they don't want me doing fight sports or running a small business, all of which I'm pretty good at. Because what I actually do in real life and who I am is not by any stretch of the imagination in the state arbiters of the program's interests, for the real reasons I do not give them all of the pretexts and justifications that they need to run this program with. They generally need the public at large to believe that I'm some kind of crazed, mentally ill, serial sex criminal who intends to rape and pillage anybody and everybody who comes into my vicinity, as can be seen with these synthetic telepathy harassment campaigns against the public at large, at least here in Denmark. Needless to say, actual reality and what they want, which can be seen in their propaganda and psyops, are very, very contradictory. Hence why they're always trying to persuade you that their propaganda supersedes actual reality, despite what people see and witness for themselves in actual reality.